Well, it is week 7 of the NFL season, and the Patriots are back to a divisional matchup. New England will take on the New York Jets this Sunday. And as always, we welcome Mike Debate, the host of our Locked On Patriots podcast, to break this one down. Mike, the Patriots, I think, are probably pretty happy to be playing the Jets right now, considering they've been losing a few games in a row here.
Yeah, I think in a lot of ways, Sam, I know a lot of fans, even some media, are looking at this game coming up on Sunday and saying, okay, it's the New York Jets. We can right the ship. We can fix and correct the problems that we've been having. But honestly, right now, I think it's very difficult to take anything for granted with this team. Right now, the Jets are coming in here. They have a little bit more familiarity with the Patriots than they did the last time these two teams played in September. Zach Wilson is starting to come into his own as an NFL quarterback. The Jets are very effective in running the football. They actually played the Patriots very tightly when it came to the trench battles, both on the offense and defensive lines the last time. So I don't really look at this game as being a slam dunk win for the Patriots. They have to be ready because the Jets are going to be ready on the other side.
And Mike, it seems like this Patriots team plays up when it goes against a team like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers or the Dallas Cowboys, but plays down when it takes on, Houston. What do the Patriots need to do on Sunday to play their game and kind of play, offensively like they did against Dallas to avoid another close game against a team that they really should win and might have to win?
Well, you have to put the opponent on their heels early. That's something that the Patriots do, and they don't do enough of it. But when they do it well. And you saw that on Sunday against the Dallas Cowboys, coming out scoring 14 points right off the bat. You need to be aggressive in the end zone. Try to use the running game to open up play action. Utilize your two tight end sets. That's something that the Patriots did so effectively early on Sunday and inexplicably went away from it. They really didn't utilize Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry as the two weapons that they brought in the offseason just for this purpose. You have to continue to utilize that. Damian Harris looks like he is righting his issues from earlier on this season with some ball control. He had a strong game on Sunday. Ramondre Stevenson is right now rounding into that type of third down option that the Patriots were hoping he would be when James White went down. Not only is Ramondre running the ball with a little bit of power and purpose again, but he's also receiving out of the backfield. He had 39 yards receiving on Sunday. So utilize the weapons that you have, and that'll open up the receivers to be able to get open downfield and test this Jet secondary, which I think can be had if Mac Jones has time and has the ability to get guys in the open field. He can make things happen with this receiver core.
Mike, you just mentioned a few minutes ago, Zach Wilson looks well improved since the first time the Patriots saw him in week 2. Another rookie quarterback matchup between Wilson and Mac Jones. What are you expecting from these two guys under center to really give their team an edge on Sunday?
Well, if I'm the Patriots and I'm looking at Mac Jones, I'm continuing to look at the poise, the confidence, and the ability that he has to be able to lead his team. A pick six of the nature of the way that he threw it in week 6 just last week really was, I think, a defining moment for Mac. Most quarterbacks, especially young quarterbacks, rookies, albeit, would have sat, sulked, and really would have had a difficult time coming back from that. Not only did Mac come back from it, he targeted the same player he wanted in the original route, and he targeted the same defender that picked him off. That is very, very difficult for a rookie quarterback to be able to do, and he did it instinctively. And you're seeing his teammates really gravitate toward him. Yesterday, Kendrick Bourne spoke with the media, and Kendrick obviously was on the receiving end of that 75-yard touchdown, went out of his way to say that it was his incorrect route variation that he ran that led to the pick six, saying that I ran a one-step, I should have ran a three-step variation, which essentially means that Kendrick was a little bit slow in getting to where the ball needed to be. Mac was on target, and Kendrick took the blame on himself. You usually don't see players do that unless they really believe in the quarterback that they're playing with. And for Kendrick to do that, it shows that the teammates, the coaching staff, and everyone has a lot of faith in Mac Jones. So look for Mac to continue that and look for him to continue to lead this team. Now, for Zach Wilson, it's a little different. Zach Wilson, the first time around, threw 4 interceptions against the Patriots, really didn't get a whole lot of exotic looks thrown at him for all the hoopla about Bill Belichick really messing with minds of young quarterbacks. Zach just essentially threw to receivers that were very well covered, and the coverage for the Patriots was very good in that game. They were able to get the ball. They were able to make plays on the ball. I would look for Zach to be able to maybe adjust a little bit, and maybe some of the jitters will be gone by then. I look for him to improve, but Luckily for Patriots fans, I don't think it'll be by leaps and bounds on Sunday. Still think this Patriots defense has the edge in that matchup.
And Mike, you have had your ear on the ground in Gillette Stadium all season long. What are players and obviously head coach Bill Belichick saying about this matchup?
Right now, Bill Belichick is giving it its requisite due. He's very impressed by what the Jets are doing under Robert Saleh. This is not a team that is going to come in ill prepared. It's not a team that's going to come in with a lack of confidence. The Jets are going to come in ready to play. They've had 2 weeks to prepare for this. Don't forget, the Jets are coming off of their bye week. Patriots coming off of a very difficult loss to the Dallas Cowboys. So that will factor into the decision. But at the same time, Bill Belichick and the Patriots need to be prepared on all three sides, all three phases of the game. And right now, one of the biggest problems that the Patriots are facing is miscommunication. We're seeing it all over the field. There's offensive breakdowns, when it comes to pass and run protection. There's miscommunication when it comes to the defense. We saw it on 3rd and 25, where it led to, the completion from Dak Prescott to CeeDee Lamb to set up the game-tying field goal. Jalen Mills, Devin McCourty clearly were not on the same page immediately after that completion. You saw the two of them talking. They were looking at the routes. They were trying to decipher where each of them needed to be. Jalen looked like he really expected help on that play and didn't get it. So you're looking at that. And then special teams. You never see a special teams unit for the New England Patriots get 2 blocked punts in one season. They've already had that. And, we're only a little ways through. So communication needs to improve on all 3 areas if the Patriots are going to be victorious this weekend.
And Mike, we could roll back the tapes because on week 2, you said the game against the Jets was a must win for the Patriots. Now here to try to make some sort of push to make a wild card run. Is this another must win game for New England this Sunday?
Yeah, I think that the Patriots right now are in must-win territory pretty much every time they take the field. In this aspect, I think fans are looking at this and saying it's the New York Jets. You need to take care of business. You need to be able to beat teams that you know you can beat, that you have beat on both sides of the ball. The New England Patriots, I think, are approaching this game as a must-win, as they always do. Technically, if you look at the standings, if they drop to 2-5, there's still a statistical chance that they'll make the playoffs. But every loss from here on in is one more detriment to that goal. Yeah, I would say the Patriots need to go in and they need to take care of business more than this being a must win. This is a statement game for the Patriots. They need to make it that they're better than the 2-4 record that they're putting out right now.
And Mike, you've been pretty spot on with your X factors thus far this season. So who do you got this week? Who is the man that can make a big difference for New England on Sunday?
Well, I'm going to go with what I said on Locked On Patriots for Crossover Thursday this week, and I'm going to go with Ramondre Stevenson. I was very impressed by what I saw from Ramondre in a limited sample, only 23 yards rushing, but again, the 39 yards receiving out of the backfield is where this kid can really be effective. It also prevents him from having to go through any type of ball security issues, which we know he's had back to his days in Oklahoma, and especially in the preseason, and of course, in week 1 against the Miami Dolphins. But Ramondre has the ability to run with power, run with purpose. He can get into the end zone. We saw that on Sunday. But if he can be a viable receiving option for the Patriots out of the backfield, it opens up so much for this offense, and it allows the receivers and the tight ends to get out, run routes, and be able to keep a defense on its heels. So I think the Patriots would be wise to utilize him as a nice complement to Damian Harris on Sunday.
And not only does Mike Debate give us the latest insights from Foxborough, but you can hear more of his, conversations, details, and information on the Locked On Patriots podcast. And you can listen anywhere you get your podcast. Mike, another week in the books. Great seeing you.
Absolutely. Always my honor, Sam. Enjoy the game on Sunday. Looking forward to next week already.